I grew up in the child dependency system. I was an abused child myself. Around the age of 13, 14, the abuse in my home was witnessed for the first time. My father got scared. Child Protective Services had contacted him. So he hid his gun, said I had it. I was taken to a mental institution.
I grew up in the foster system. I've been in the foster system since I was 5 until I emancipated at 18. And when I emancipated, I lived on my own. And at some point in my life, at around 19 or 20, I found that I had exhausted all my resources and had nowhere to go. And so I was kind of in a rut.
After I was kicked out at age 13, I was homeless for 4 years until I was 17 and a half. Being in the streets was very traumatic for me. I was always scared of who was going to beat me up. No education, never went to school. I was always molested in the streets.
Even when I was in school, I was facing unstable housing, and I really didn't have any place to be. I was trying to maintain grades and everything while I'm pretty much like sleeping in bathrooms and all that. First experience being homeless, I was 14 years old.
She grew up in Englewood. She was born there as a baby. At 3 years, she was deaf. She had a fever and she lost her hearing. Then she moved her foster deaf family. 1 year, she was staying there.
I grew up in foster care from 10 to 18, and I aged out of foster care at 18 and I became homeless in Minnesota. I came out to LA because it's warmer, and I was sleeping on the boardwalk in front of one of the stores.
I entered the foster care system at 16, 17. A lot of different group homes and shelters, foster homes, people's couches, and finally I just got tired of moving around. And I found these people who turned out to be pimps, and I was in the human trafficking at 17. I got arrested, thank God.
By the time I was 18, I exited the system to nothingness with a drug addiction, and then I got pregnant and I had my daughter. I ended up on the streets and working as a prostitute.
Everything that I know I had to teach myself because absolutely no guidance. And pretty much like just without support all the way until, 18. Some people say, why do people become homeless? Because they're lazy, because they're this, because they're that. I see that some people just lose hope.
I was taken in the woods by 2 gunmen who wanted to kill me, and I screamed that they would kill me, please kill me. My daughter had been taken away from me. I had absolutely nothing to live for.
So then at age 19, I decided to go back to the streets again and be homeless because I really didn't see no hope.
They don't mean to, they don't wish to. It's not that they've never dreamt, but after a while of being kicked to the curb, being shown that, made to feel like they're expendable, being neglected, being abused, and being told that they're a complete crud their entire life, that, of course, after a while, you're going to start to believe it.
I did not realize that the kids leaving the system, they have nowhere to go. We kick these kids out of the system, or we tell them you're graduated at age 18 and have a good life, and they have no money, they have no parents to return to, they have no savings account, bank account, no car. Your end result is you're going to end up homeless. And some kids go straight from foster care to a homeless shelter, and that is just not okay. My best friend and I went out and we started telling the story of our kids, and this whole group of people started following. And they started giving little donations like $10, $5, and I had like $400. And we continued to do that. 10 months later, we had $180,000. We said, what are we gonna do? And we bought this little broken down house. The guys that were contractors said this isn't enough. They knocked down the house, they built it up as a 6-bedroom, brand new house.
Someone I came across told me, here, try this, call Lori Burns. And I'm looking at the card, I'm thinking, oh man, a transitional living. I was gonna give them the most beautiful message they've ever heard in their life, and they're gonna cry and be like, we want you, you're so wonderful. And basically that's how it played out in my head. And so I call Lori Burns. I get a hello, Lori Burns, and I'm like, I really didn't know what to say because, normally they don't pick up the phone.
But then this social worker called me. She told me about the team project. So then I called Lori Burns, and then the next week I was already here.
I came to the team project from my last group home, Children of the Night. The founder knew Lori's story, and I contacted her, and I've been living here since June.
She started talking to me and she goes, "You didn't expect me to pick up the phone, did you?" And I said, "No." Honestly, I didn't. And I moved in on February 12th, 2011. And since I've been here, it's been fun. I mean, we kind of grow together as a family and bother each other and annoy each other and love each other as much as the next one does.
When I went into the house, it was very homey. I felt like I was immediately accepted. Lori made me feel like I was part of a family. I have my own room for like the first time ever, and it's decorated really cool.
I believe that where a kid lives is a direct reflection on who they are, and I wanted them to feel something different this time. And the difference I want them to feel is they are worth it, and we give them every opportunity to create their dreams. What do you want to be?
And I've always really loved fashion, but I never thought going to FIDM would be a possibility. But now I'm in my second year and I'm really happy. And
I can go to school and get good grades without really having to worry about working entirely full-time or anything like that.
They helped me get into community college, and I'm trying to become a social worker. I want to change a person's life, doesn't matter. And they're supporting me. I'm in college, they pay everything, my books.
Lori introduced me into cosmetology, told me that I should do it, and I agreed to give it a try, and it's exactly what I wanted to do, like without actually knowing that's what I wanted to do.
So the kids come here, we have a savings plan for them, we set them up with cars, we set them up with college, we give them paid job internships, and we revive their lives. In addition to what we were doing, we thought this isn't enough. We said kids today live on technology, and what we did is we scraped databases all over the United States and websites, and we built a database with it, and we replicate that now through MySpace, Facebook, and we have a hotels.com type interface on the web. And we created a cell phone service where any kid in the nation could text the word shelter and their zip code to the short code 99000, and it will return a safe place to go within their small vicinity within 40 seconds.
My music is my sanity, but I love to sing and I love to play my guitar just because it's therapeutic for me. And it's a way to kind of like, I don't count myself as a very artistic person, but I can do music.
But then I went and I looked at the kids in LA that were homeless, dreads in their hair, wounds on their feet. I mean, it's catastrophic to see a kid that's between 18 and 24 that's in such a bad shape. And do you know what it's like to be sleeping in front of a store on the street and know nobody's looking for you and nobody's coming for you? Could you imagine how that feels at the age of 19? So I was like, okay, we need to do this. And within a very short period of time, a couple of days, someone handed me a check for $20,000. And then a couple of days later, somebody else that I was meeting with about a business meeting about something completely different asked what I was doing. I told him, and he said, "I'm going to give you $5,000." And he started to write the check, and then he ripped it up, and he said, "No, I'm going to give you $20,000." So I had $40,000, and I met a man in LA that had a building that he wanted to do something special with. I figured, in order to move into this building, I need $100,000. I started trying to save, and I couldn't do it. So I came to him to tell him, you know, I've still only got the original $40,000 and I can't do it. And he handed me the keys, and he said, "Lori, build it and they will come." And I moved into this big 1,500 square foot place off of Venice Beach, right off of the sand. And I don't know how to decorate, and it's just like a big white tissue box. And so I start emailing designers saying, "Can you help me? I don't have much money." It is over the top. And they built in a full kitchen, a TV room, a therapy room, a computer room. I mean, it is amazing. Today we've got 400 volunteers between Orange County and LA. And I'm mentoring people in 22 other states right now to do what we do here. And I'm just inspired by the people that are following us and the people that are helping us.
I feel like a family in this home. Nobody judges me. They give me a chance. And I mean, I just like having my own place. I feel more stable than I used to feel.
I have 2 tattoos. I have this one, it's Carpe Diem. It means seize the day, and for me it's basically a sign of, you know, taking the next step. Because a lot of the times, like growing up the way I did, people have difficulties, you know, moving forward. I have another one on my leg. It's a shield with a cross, and it has a ribbon across that says Veni Vidi Vici, which means I came, I saw, and I conquered. And you know, I came into this world, I saw all those bad things, and I conquered it. I came over it, and so.
She's working with the deaf people, deaf community. Okay, she works at catering, cooking food, and she gives it out. She doesn't know what to do right now. She's planning to go to Saddleback College.
Being in the team project is just amazing to see that people actually care about me, like knowing my whole life nobody did. So it's just refreshing knowing that people actually do care about me and do want to see the best for me and want to see my future unfold to all the possibilities I'm capable of, and it's just really a good feeling, and it's just what I needed, and it's helped change my life.
I didn't have hope before because I didn't have a family, I didn't have stability, and I didn't have somebody that was looking out for my best interests. And now that I have Lori and I have the team project, I have a lot of hope. I've been able to stay in school. I've never lived anywhere as long as I've lived now. And I don't think I've been as happy as I am now.
A lot of people under the team project, girls that live at this house, people that I've met in AA meetings, and at the Heart House, which I was in first off in Anaheim. And I don't know, there's a sincerity that it's refreshing. And I don't know, we don't always see it, but it's always nice when it's there.
We have awoken the community that something needs to be done here. And I'm just inspired by all the people that care about our kids that have followed us.
They help me a lot out here, and that's why I like being where I'm at. That's it.
Stay with her on every lonely day, and through faith she knows now she'll make it out one day, because she asked God to help her.